Yo, so guys, Venom Fire here, back with another video, and today we're going to be hopping into our first Madden 24 video of the year. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for Madden 24 content all season long. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments and what you are excited for this year. We'll be bringing a ton of videos, multiple a day, ideally, and gameplays, practice mode, pretty much everything. So definitely looking forward to this year. Let me know what you want to see. Blitzes, I drop a lot of tutorials, my favorite playbooks, how to quick adjust, all these. So we're gonna start with our first video of the year. It's been like this for a while, and what I've been doing is practice mode and gun bunch as the first video. Gun bunch, you cannot go wrong with it, and I think it is a good formation to learn how to pass the ball in. So we're gonna go over it. I like West Coast this year. You can go offset, which would be in LA or Carolina or Indy or Cincinnati. Bunch is in Houston, couple of other ones, but West Coast is my favorite. Now, gun bunch, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, and it's going to be a 3-by-1. So the spacing is going to be really good, and it's one of the better formations if you want to learn how to pass the ball that you can run. If you learn how to run bunch, pass and bunch, you can pass in any formation in the game. So that's what we're going to learn. We have our audible set here: wide receiver post, deep attack, verticals, mesh post. Other plays I like: Z-spot. I like deep corner, which we will talk about extensively, and I like corner strike and inside cross. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it, and deep corner is going to be my favorite play this year out of this gun bunch. We're throwing it back to Madden 20, and this play is going to be really, really good. I know a lot of people say they don't like passing the ball this year. It's going to be a running year. You can still pass. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, but it's way more fun than running the ball. Now, with deep corner, I will be dropping running videos, by the way. We do everything over here, but with deep corner, you're going to have a post here, you're going to have a corner route, a flat, and a deep dig route. So you have a lot of options here if you run the play stock. X is going to be your guy. You have to force it in. It's going to be a difficult pass. You can go low pass if necessary, but it's certainly not going to be an easy throw per se. Now, that's why we use hot routes. If you guys are new, hot routes are going to be necessary in every single play you run this year. Now, the first setup we're going to run is pretty simple. We're going to block the running back, and we're just going to throw Stephon Diggs on a streak, and we're going to motion him out. This is going to open up a couple of routes. It's going to open up the flat here for Dawson Knox. You see, we literally almost pick up 30 yards off flat route. Flat routes are going to be really good this year. You get a lot of really good animation, specifically for the tight end. The running back can be good, though, as well, so it doesn't hurt to throw him out on something like a little swing or a little out route. So you have your flats open. Your next route is going to be RB. Now, this is the problem this year. It is difficult to throw these passes, so that is why you guys see me block my running back a lot, especially if I know I'm going to try and hit a corner out deep down the field. So you want to throw the flats until you can't throw the flats anymore. Once the flats are taken up, that's when you can throw deep. And that is when you get the protection to throw something like this to Hardy. Now, with these corner routes, you have to wait. You cannot throw them early. If you are trying to throw them early, you have to throw them really early. Now, situationally, it does depend, but typically you want to wait. And again, there you see we get shedded. That was bad pocket presence, but every time I don't send the running back out, we're getting pressured, and this is one of the worst defensive line teams probably in football. So you can just see the difference. It's a lot more comfortable when you block your running back just getting help out. You see someone shedded, the running back is there. It really makes a difference against 4-man rush and against pressure. Certain plays will be a lot better, which we have setups for. Now, you can also run the ball out of this formation. We have a sweep. I don't really run it too much, but that's your first setup. Now, your second setup for this play, if it is cover 2, this is going to be a setup that works. Now, we're not facing cover 2 or facing cover 3, but if it was cover 2, this could work, and it does work against cover 3. You throw the corner out early now, which is typically something that doesn't happen, but against cover 3, this is what you do. So this can be a good setup. These linebackers, if you guys have played the game this year or played the beta, what you notice they do a lot is they will jump routes. So they play a lot more aggressively than they did in years past, and it makes the game more realistic. You really have to hold them down with a drag route or a streak route or something. Otherwise, they play aggressively to the outside, to the inside, down low, and up top. So Creates more football concepts. It's a fix that I enjoy, actually. So that's another setup. But what you guys really want to know is how to run the cover 3 beater, which is going to be very helpful early in the year. What you're going to do is put B on a comeback, streak RB, and that's all you have to do. Now with A, I like to create some eye candy and a bailout. Now, the user, he has a high chance here to at least hesitate at the thought of defending the drag. And also, let's say we get pressured, we can't throw it. What I can do is I can check it down to A and I can pick up 5 yards, which you would not complain about. Maybe he doesn't notice your cover 3 beater, and then you can go back to it when maybe you get a little bit more time. So that is something I like to do. Now, ideally, you want to wait. You can throw it to Diggs, and boom, look at all that open grass. Make a man miss. You can do a lot. It's as close to a guaranteed touchdown as you will find really in this game. Again, we will find other setups, but I like this setup. You have A, you can go a little in route as well. If you can, step up in the pocket, and then you can fire it there. If you have a Tyreek Hill, it's a touchdown in Ultimate Team, especially if you have like a high-end receiver, because a lot of those guys are slower, especially safeties. People will be probably running cornerbacks at safeties because you want speed, but even then, those guys will not be able to make plays on even close throws. So you can really risk it earlier in the year. Once people get upgrades, that's when you have to actually make tighter throws. But I'll show one more time here. Cover 3 beater. This should work against cover 4 as well. You can throw it earlier if you need, and he will be wide open. Again, the key is avoiding his user, trying to bait it, and that's why we have the in route. If not, you can just throw it to the in route. He'll be open. So that is really going to be deep corner. Some other setups I like are going to be A on a little in route, and you throw X on a little hitch. Again, I like these baby dots. Boom. You wait a little bit, and that outside zone, he ends up going up to the corner route. That's when you can hit Stephon. Generally, one of these guys will be open. You can hit Dawson Knox early, pick up 5 to 7 yards every time, and that's a pass that's always open. There's nobody else over there, but even then, he's still open. So again, I like running this play as a quick snap because they're not going to be able to get as many adjustments as they want off, and it's going to be open every time. So one last setup for this play that you can do is Diggs on a in route. Keep the drag. I didn't throw Gabe Davis once. That's just because it's a long developing route. Generally, you'll get shedded, but there you see Diggs. You can cut back inside, and it's a good pass concept. So deep corner is my favorite play. We won't spend that much time on any other plays, but I like it a lot. Next play, wide receiver post. This play is really solid, and one of the main reasons I like this play is because you have your tight end automatically blocked. You cannot block him if he is in any other route because he will be on a hitch route. So what you can do here is I like running this play stock, honestly. It's a good quick snap play. This crossing route is really good this year. It gets really good depth. Last year before, they kind of ruined it. It ran super shallow, so it didn't go over any zones. But this year, it runs really deep. So you have to run it on this wide side. Even then, it is a stretch, but it is a max protect play, so it can get over the top. So it's a solid play. Some things you can do to capitalize on this play are motioning over Hardy. You can throw him on a little drag. This is going to force the user into a decision. He's either going to have to take the crosser, otherwise you can take the drag. If he takes the drag, you would love to throw the crosser. Some other things you can do are throw RB on a little zig, throw Y on a little baby option. This is another thing the user is going to have to worry about. This allows you to throw it to the cross a little bit early. Now, you do have this deeper post. Is he really ever open? Not really. You can kind of fit it in here. It's a difficult throw. If he clicks on, it could be an interception. If you have a really high route running, you can maybe do it. Like if I flipped it, Diggs could probably get open on that. But it is a tight throw. Overall, I do enjoy this play this year, though. Even something like a zig route, boom, you can hit him here. Again, he's really always going to follow the crossing route because it gets open. But if you can get these little things to annoy his user, you can do it. I like throwing RB on a zig, throw A on a drag. You don't have to block him, but just these little concepts. I like this play a lot this year. I'll probably run it a ton if I'm running gun bunch. Now, next play is going to be deep attack. This is a play that I'll run maybe once a drive. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. Now, conceptually, you're in a difficult position with really these three receivers. I have a tough time finding what to do with them. This is one of my favorite concepts. Little hitch, little drag. The guy you want to hit is Davis on here. It's a similar thing to wide receiver post, but it is a much shallower post route. So he's going to get open in a better manner. And you see how much shorter it is actually just going between these. Boom, boom, boom. Cuts at the 40 versus the 35, 5 yards shorter, and it makes a lot of difference. So again, as far as plays, you can go like maybe a curl, zig, drag, just some stuff to probably distract the user. Getting these random routes against zone is difficult, especially in this type of point where you don't have those hot routes. You can't throw them on a corner route. It is tough. You could go with something like this, try and open up the out route, or you can just check it down to digs immediately in the flat. So you see there, we can throw it here, and that's a good concept against cover 3, but again, it just depends on the coverage he's running. But overall, deep attack, run it once or twice or drive, and you'll be chilling. Now, here we go, verticals. With verticals, this is a play that you have to run on the short side of the field, in my opinion, this year. Now, with verticals, if I run this play stock, the main guy you want to throw into verticals is going to be Hardy. The linebacker should follow him. This is a difficult throw to make. If it's a safety there, it's not going to be open, and really that should be a pick. Now, how do you get rid of that? You just have to throw A on a drag, and this is going to get rid of it. Boom, now you're able to throw him. What do you notice between RB and X in wide receiver post? Couple of differences. Hardy tends to run this route very fast versus in wide receiver post. It would take Diggs a lot longer to cross the field. That is something that you love. The way he doesn't get pressed here and he's able to get off the line and run that fast. A couple of things you don't want to do. If you run the setup like this, what this is going to do, it's going to create some bad problems, just a lot of congestion. You can fit it in, but typically if I'm running that setup, I'm going to try and snap the ball quickly. Some other things you can do, you go A on a little out route, Y on a little out route, just create better spacing for yourself. Typically you want to wait on that. That is more of a wide side setup as well, but nonetheless, it's a solid. In the red zone, I like this setup. If you're trying to open up Dawson Knox, I enjoyed this setup a lot. It is a tougher throw on the short side, so you really got to pick your poison, but that's why you can kind of flip between these. If you were to run it over here, Dawson Knox would be a little bit more open, but this route is a lot more difficult to throw because you have less space in the middle of the field. But there you see the wheel route open. You guys pretty much know how to run verticals, so that's really all I will show from it. But the last thing you can do is maybe throw them on an option route. Anyways, we got our last setup, mesh post. This is a setup that I will also sometimes run from the short side of the field. What you can do is just, my favorite setup probably to block him and then throw RB on a streak. If you run 2 drags, take a look at the linebacker's depth on this play, because they will be, I mean, where are you throwing it? You can wait and throw it, but if you throw it early, they are right there. Also, the post route is tough to throw, mainly because of this left middle linebacker. He is playing the ball pretty crazily. It's like if I try and throw this, it's tough. It can get open, but if you want maximum space to throw that post, you want the streak. So we will throw RB on a streak. Again, I like to block my running back. I will do that a ton. Does it hurt me? Maybe, but boom. Take a look at how much space. And really, actually, what you're freeing up is the safety, not that linebacker. I misspoke. But the safety is way further back. He has no chance of making a play and no chance at really laying a hit as well, creating a fumble opportunity. If you want, with Cook, again, you could throw him on like maybe a swing route if you're not going to do anything. This is going to, again, just give you another option. People will play aggressive. Maybe they leave the flat on that right open because you don't throw too many drags over there. Just concepts you got to pick up on. Maybe you're not throwing the running back in the flat enough. That's something that they could definitely do. But mesh post, I can also go with this setup, RB on a hitch, and then you try and open up Cook on this wheel route. I would try and pass this outside. You really almost want to throw it on snap. I waited a lot longer than I maybe should have. And this setup may be better on the wide side as well, but you almost try and throw it here, take your yards, and get out. But overall, it's a decent play. And let's hop into the rest of our plays here. We have Z-Spot, and again, Z-Spot's a lot better against cover 2. I might hop into a cover 2 here, just show you guys a different look. We will go into corner strike, and then I like inside cross. Didn't I say like a different play as well? No I don't. So C spot. Let's show it against cover 2. It'd kind of be the same thing against a with deep corner as well, but the setup I like going to be this, of course, and you should see Hardy get open. He gets bumped a million times, but there you see the spacing, and he's going to be a touchdown if you're able to complete it on the wide side of the field. So that is, of course, what you want to do, is throw that pass. So as far as Diggs, you can go drag route. You could go something else, but he's a decent bailout. He gets bumped there. And again, you see how low the linebackers are playing. Pretty crazy. But other things you could do, go zig route. You don't have to go other thing. This is just going to open up your zig route instead. But really, they're both open. If you can get good pocket, get a good zip on the ball, you can really complete them both in that sense. Whereas if you go true out route, you can't really throw that out route. You actually kind of can, but you throw it over the top right there. No one's making a play, and that's an easy pass, easy completion. So that's really the only Z-spot setup I have. If it's cover 3, what you can do is this, of course. You can go backside slant as well. I don't really like the slants, but cover 3, you can do this. If it is cover 2, take your check down, and you see corner out ends up being open as well because that cloud flat. So that's good setup for cover 2 and cover 3. Next, we got corner strike. This is a good money setup against cover 2. Is hitting Gabriel Davis. You want to pass it up, and you want to wait until he's pretty much halfway between the numbers from the sideline. Again, I'm running this play on the wide side, but this is a money play if they're running cover 2. This route gets open against man coverage as well. So if it's man coverage, he gets a really good break on the ball. You can highball it as well. He dropped the ball because I highball it, which you'll see this year, but if you need to avoid a pick, feel free to. The flats get really open on this, and if it is cover 2, you can also split very well. This is one of my favorite ways to beat cover 2 because the C route is really, really good at pulling those deep halves this year. So what you saw happen there is this free safety jumped more than you could believe. He's up here. He jumped so far over to the left that if you get the time, pass it inside. And if you have a cannon, then you can throw that pass. More regs than Mutt. Mutt, early in the year, you're not going to have many people that can make that throw. Maybe Josh Allen, his core elite. But this setup is money. Last play, inside cross. My setup is going to be this. Drag RB, flat B, boom. Just a simple setup. You have a couple of drags. Running back route they haven't seen if it's man coverage. A couple routes I can get open. But that's going to do the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know what you want to see next, and peace. I'm out of here.